Hi everyone. I'm going to be switching over to Clip Studio Paint here in a second. I hope you're all doing well. So I'll be switching over right here. Hello. Oh, my mouse does not appear to be moving. Hmm. Hmm. Why is my mouse not moving? Technical difficulties. We love technical difficulties at the beginning of a thing. Hmm. My mouth isn't moving. My face tracking is moving. Mouth isn't moving. Am I recording? Hopefully. Yeah, it says I'm recording on here on YouTube. So yeah, let's see. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Da 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 da. Okay, we got me around moving. Woohoo. Da da da. Okay, we fixed it. Just a little bit of a glitch with VTuber Kit. Nothing major. Okay, so making sure everything else is working okay. Okay, checking, 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 checking. Okay, looking good. As far as I know, it's looking good. I would love to find out at the end of the stream that everything was quiet and my mouth was just moving. But as far as I can tell, everything is working. Okay, so let's get to doing some shading. Perfect. Okay, good old shading. So we're going to start a new layer. Actually, no. I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to do the shading layer on my color layer. This is probably a bad plan. But before that, I've got to fix some things here. Got to erase this line that I just used to. Oh, to show her where her eyes stopped, but we don't need that anymore. And I'm going to do the same thing with the whites of her eyes, like that. And I'm going to make the green in her eyes a little bit more obvious, show up a little bit better. Okay. There, just touching up her eyes a little bit. Aha. Okay, there we are. Okay, for shading. Shading should be a little bit faster than uh, what I've been doing so far. We're going to add a new layer for... No, I'm going to do the color layer. Yes. Okay. I want to have a similar shading to how it is in this one. Nope. Oh, yes. Ah, yes. Hmm. Okay. Yep, just fill all this in. Do it the long way, the long and more difficult way. Now will you fill? No. Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. Well, gonna undo all that. And I will start a new layer then. Art. This is where I really show my art skills. This is where I make several mistakes and then I have to keep doing what I'm doing. Okay, new layer. New layer time for shading. Okay. We do the same thing several times. That's how we learn. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. I'm having a pretty good day. It's very snowy here. I live in Canada and we are in the middle of winter. So there is a lot of snow on the ground and it is blowing everywhere because we also have a lot of wind. So, not bad for me because I don't have to drive right now. But I feel bad for everybody who does have to drive because it is not very pretty out there right now. There, finally. Okay. I'm just going to fix this up a little bit, make it look a little nicer, a little bit more dramatic in the the shading. Because I do want it to be the shading to be similar to the mob picture, and then I'm going to try and translate that over to the Frieren picture and make it more along the same lines. Okay. I That looks great. I did the wrong part. Mm, can I just start the stream over? Starting the stream over would be fantastic if I could do that. Okay, this is fine. I can leave this and just fix. I can't believe I did that. And just fix the parts that I did wrong. Okay. Okay. The shading is on the other side. which I would have known if I'd taken a look at my picture, my reference picture. I just said I wanted similar shading to that, and then I did all of the shading completely wrong. But we learn by making mistakes. And I made a couple today. I think I've reached my quota for the day for making mistakes. But yeah, we are hopefully. No, I'm not going to say that. I've said that so many times now. I was going to say we're hopefully going to finish this picture. We are not. I'm going to go on a limb and say we are not finishing this picture today. If we finish this picture today, I will, especially because I've already spent 10 minutes doing the wrong thing. Uh, we may or may not finish this picture today. I am going to say we aren't. I may finish this picture off stream, just because I do want to move on to other things. I started some other art though yesterday that I'm not putting on stream because not everything has to go on stream. I did some art the other day of I'm redrawing my D&D character. So I've been saying, as I've been told people on here, I play D&D 5e, and my character in that game has gone through some changes. She's got some new clothes. She got a haircut. So I decided to spruce up her character part, which I've drawn. And yeah, so that's pretty exciting. So started working on that. I basically, just to make it easier on myself, that looks the way it's supposed to look. Okay. Um, but now I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna fix these and make it more dramatic, like I did the other way before I realized I was doing it wrong. Um, yeah, so she's gone through some changes. So I basically just took, because it's my own art, I basically just took my previous portrait, because I do portraiture mostly for D&D characters. I took my previous portrait and I just traced over her face. And then I'm going to go, once I had that done, I'm going to go in and do her hair, redo her hair, and do her clothes again to what she's got now. So it's very exciting. Um, she she is on the run from her evil family, and they literally just showed up last night, and I am so excited, but also very nervous because this character, don't usually take the this is the character I play, not I run a game as well, but it's a different game. Um, I don't normally play characters that are the center of the story line. So this character is new for me because I'm kind of branching out into a new thing of like being more in the center of the story, and it's a little unusual for me, but I'm trying new things, and my GM is very encouraging and supportive. So she was very much like, "Go for it," and I'm like, "Okay." It's scary though. Okay, so we're working on that. Her family just showed up. It was a big cliffhanger ending, so we were all like, "Oh no!" And then we were done for the night. So it was like very fun. Okay, that looks more how it's supposed to look like. Yes. Now, obviously, it's different. Mob's hair is a little bit. My version of Mob's hair is a little bit more spiky. Um, but that's okay. Okay, so now his clothes also are shaded in this black, and I'm just gonna keep it the same for consistency. So, um, this part is shaded. Yeah, so I've been doing that art project on the side as well, but that's just a fun little won't take very long art project. Um, yeah, so I've been just trying to do a couple things here and there, but not too many things because I don't want to. I'm starting this new thing with YouTube and I'm doing that. And I have life stuff going on. So I'm just trying not to overwhelm myself. But I sorry, I just had to cough. I yeah, so I'm just kind of working my way through things, but trying not to tackle quite too much stuff because you can get into a dangerous situation quite quickly doing that. You can get burnt out, which is never good. You can you know, overwhelm yourself so that you end up not doing anything. I'm kind of covering watching the reference, but I'm also trying to kind of make it make sense with my own stuff. But he does have such dramatic lighting on him. I want to kind of keep it that way. But yeah, this part's kind of fun. I like doing shading too. I like the coloring and the shading part. Um, I really like doing all aspects of art. The hardest stuff I find for me is the initial sketch, although this one I was way too loose with the sketch and then I ended up having to do a lot of fixing in the liner. But generally, fill in some of these loose pixels. Generally, I try to do a much more detailed sketch where and um, I end up doing much more of the posing and stuff in the sketch phase, which you should do. Um, oops. And I didn't do it very much in this one, but I recommend doing that. It makes your life much, much easier in the long run. But that's the part that I struggle the most with usually is getting the sketch to a point where I think it's okay enough to line art it. And it's still enjoyable, but it's stressful. And he's got a fold here, which I want to make sure I get in. And then this part kind of keeps going down. And it's very dramatic. Ooh, ah, maybe a little less like that. Okay. Looking okay. And then he's got a fold here. I want to make sure I get shape here. Um, and then over on this side where the pants are. And I know this isn't really, you can use a multiply layer for, I have done that before for shading, but I kind of just like the color pick and then draw. and it's probably horribly inefficient, but I kinda just like doing it because this one is I'm trying some, different stuff with this one. I kinda just wanna see where it takes me. Just gonna do a shading for the shoelace there, even though it's not in the picture, but I think it probably would be some shading for the shoelaces. Oh, not there. There we go. Okay. And then this pant is mostly in shadow, so there's like a little bit here, and then the rest is shadow. Which I am going to draw in. And then I kinda have to go back and, like, do that line so you can see the line of his pants a little bit. I could make it easier on myself on these bigger sections and at least do a fill. So, let's do that. But, yeah, I've definitely done some different stuff in this fan art. We'll see what the end result is, whether I like it or not, but I did wanna do some experimentation. There we go. I just gotta fill in some of these spots. I like that dramatic shadow, though. That is nice. That is some nice dramatic shadow. Um, and I do kinda like the fact that I did more and I'm doing it with my other picture too, this more, uh, pixely brush, just to kinda give it, I don't know, like a weird different effect than I usually do. I usually do a much more that's on the liner layer, that makes sense. There we go. A much more of a how do I put this? A, uh, a smooth brush, flowy smooth brush, but I was doing it in this and I just didn't really like how it was turning out. Um, I didn't like the results I was getting, so doing it with this more kinda, like, choppy brush, I'm really enjoying a lot more. And yeah, like I said, just trying new things in this. Okay. Ooh, yeah. That shading that shading looks nice. That shading looks nice. Oh, and keep drawing on my thing, though. Okay. Oh, yeah, there'd be a little bit of an outside shading too here. Oh, I got it already. Yeah, just I drew his pant leg a little differently than he has it here. Just gonna erase, maybe, oop, just go down here. There. And then fill in this part here. Ooh, no, I'm still in the eraser. There we go. Fill in any of these missed pixels that I did since I was kind of quick coloring. Oh, I'm gonna fill in this. There he is. Yes, and he does have quite a shadow under his shirt, which makes sense. And again, could make it easier on myself by doing a fill. So let's do that. Ah, that didn't work that time. Oh, because I didn't go all the way over. That'd be why. There we go. Okay, awesome. Hmm. And his line art is green, which is kind of cool. I just realized his line art is actually a very, very dark green. I think I'm gonna do that. Um, trying to remember how to do that. Let's do a this. Let's do a this. Let's make it a very dark green. I'm just gonna try it. I'm just gonna try it. I won't necessarily keep it because that is kind of like it's more the style that they're doing, and I kind of like the black on black, or gray on black that I've got going on. But I just kind of want to see if I can do it. Uh, color and then big. Am I on the liner layer? Yes, I am. Is it working? Oh, it is working. I can kind of see it. Oh, but I did cover it up. What happens if I move the liner up here? Can I see the color? I can definitely see it on its hairline. Hmm. Yeah, I can definitely see it up in his hairline, but I think I'm going to not have it. But I did kind of think it was cool, but I'm going to keep it the way I had it because I it's not all showing up, and I think it's because I might have some line art on the wrong level. But still, that's a neat effect. Something I might think about doing later. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Fully black. Here we go. Okay. But yeah, very cool effect. I just realized he's got like a slightly green outline. And I think that's neat. It's just not something I'm going to do with mine right now. But it is a very cool effect because I do like having this black on black effect. Nah. Nah. Yeah. Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong layer. Undo. There we go. Uh, nope, redo. Went too far back. There we go. Okay, let's go back to the shading layer. Let's add a little bit here. There we go. There we go. Ooh, looking good. Very dramatic. Just gonna touch this up a little bit, make it more like this. Like a curve in his pants. Okay. Filling in, checking for pixels that I missed. Yep, there's a whole fun bunch of them. There we go. Looking good though. Oh, yes, his sleeve. We mustn't forget his sleeve. Okay, so this part would be shadowed. And this part would be shadowed, but the rest would be in light. There we go. Oh, and then these parts would be shadowed as well from his fingers. Okay. And then this part behind his hand. Nope. Nope. But this part from his arm would be like this, more like wrapping around. Okay. Very cool. I'm liking it a lot. Save. Always remember to save. Always remember to flip your canvas just to double check everything looks okay. It looking good. I'm liking it. Okay. Let's flip again. Now I've got to do the shading on his hand and the shade on his face. So let's color pick. Boop, boop. Shading on his face. Very dramatic shading on his face. The liner at the top so I don't accidentally draw over it. Okay. So shading on his face. Okay. Is like this. Oh, is it going all the way down? No, a little more rounded too. But it's like that. And then it's like going through his eye, down his nose, and then up over his eyebrow. Very cool. And then there. Nope. Went a little bit outside the line there. Yeah. I do like a a cell shaded style, which is what this reference image I'm using has, which is where it's not soft shaded at all. It's just very hard colors. Um, there's no change between the colors. It's just very hard change of shading to the base color, which I enjoy a lot. I like that style. Sometimes I do like to do more of a soft shade with an airbrushing and blending, but because I'm going for more of a harsh lighting, harsh lighting, harsh cell shaded style for this, I'm going to keep it this style. Um, okay, cool, cool. And then his neck makes sense. Let's get this color again. Just color that in there. Okay. There we go. And then this whole ear is shaded as well, which makes sense. So it's definitely like a light that is off to the side and very severe, or like hereish, which makes sense. It's his hand. His hand is probably producing the light. So I could do some cool, see how adventurous I get. I could do some cool rim lighting with this. But yeah, so I'm liking this a lot, how it's turning out. Okay. And then his hand has a very sharp on the back of all of his fingers. Just double checking because I do have a slightly different hand shape here, so I want it to make sense. I made a little typo there, not typo, overdrawing there, like that. And on his, yeah, and it's going down like that. And then the back of his fingers. which his fingers are not in the same shape in this picture than what I have here, but I do want to imitate the shading style at least. Okay. Okay. Oh, and yes, the tippy top of his finger. There we go. Oh, and his shoes need a shade. Just double checking I got any spots that require shading. I got his face. His eyes don't have shading. Oh, a little bit on his bottom lip, just right here. Just a bit. Just the teeniest bit. The teeniest bit on his eyes here. There we go. Um, yeah. And I will need his shoes and his white on his neck. So let's get that right now. This picture is much easier to color pick than the Frieren picture. It's actually got the details. Okay. Wait, that's not. Hit the wrong spot. I need this part. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we'll just color that in and just line it up with, dang it. There we go. Okay. And then his sleeve, which is not in shadow. Nice. But his shoes are. Oh god, way too far down. Okay, and they just shade the side on this shoe. So we're just gonna color that in. I do love this dramatic shading. It looks so nice once you get it done. Oh, I just didn't like how I did that. Okay, let's break it up a little bit. There we go. Okay, check the shoes. Okay, that one is fine. It's just going a little bit over the shoelaces as well, which makes sense. Oh, not with this color though, because I made the shoelaces a different color. And then that shoe's almost entirely in shadow. Which also makes sense, because his one leg is almost entirely in shadow. There we go. Should probably make sure I'm in the middle of my camera. Remember to turn the lights on today, so my camera is hopefully working a little better than yesterday. Or not yesterday, Monday. One pixel. Okay. And then we shall grab these colors. Okay. For this shoe. Will this work? Yeah, that'll work. And then the toe, which is this color. Nope, that's not what I want to do. There we go. Just fix these all up. There we go. Okay, and I'm just gonna go back to the line art layer, and I'm gonna fix a couple little spots I've noticed that need to be fixed, like right here, right there, right here. This needs to be erased. There we go. Okay. Oh, and then this color is, put it back on here. Oops. Get the shoelace all. God damn it. Okay, trying to be a little more careful, Morgan. Try not to go outside. You learned to color in the lines when you were a kid. Let's try to maintain that good habit, shall we? There we go. Okay. Just double check. I got all the cool shades done. Top to bottom. Head, done. Face, done. Neck, done. Hand, done. Outfit, done. Feet, done. The only thing about the feet is the shoelaces would be less. They'd be more like this, kind of as they go. Just to follow the shape of the shoelaces. But there. Okay. Save again. Okay. Mob's shading is done. I love it. Okay. So this is the light source here. Actually, I'm going to add a new layer for light source so that I can figure out where it is. Because it's something over here, but he also, it's like also coming from his hand. So, in a way, so, which is exciting. I could make it more coming from his hand and make the shading on his shoes even more dramatic. Um, but that's okay. I'm going by the reference. So I am going to add a light source to his hand just so I don't forget that there is something there. Vivid light. Not working? Oh, edit undo. It's because it is light. Add glow. That's what I want actually. What? I'm just still figuring out all the stuff you can do with Clip Studio Art. Hard light? Hard light? There we go. So like that. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to add that there, but I can turn that off just so I kind of have, and she's also going to have a light coming from there. Oh, hello. Okay, so that will help me. Okay, perfect. So back to my shading layer. I'm going to name this so I don't forget which is which. Shading. And then we have light source or effects. Perfect. Okay, so back to my shading layer. Okay, Frieren. Frieren is going to be interesting because just because she's got a lot more going on. Let's turn this back on so I can color pick. Okay. Frieren has a lot more details. She has a lot more hair. That's why her colors took so much longer. Gonna get this shade color, shadow color for her hair. And I'm going to get the line art. I'm going to get the thing, and I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go back to the shading. And I am going to do what I probably should have done last time, but I'm going to cheat a little. I'm going to do this. like that. Okay. And then just add, I'm gonna make it smaller and just add some more shading here. Oh, the problem is like I gotta be careful not to mess up my stuff. There we go. Not fill. Erase. Just this part. Here. There we go. Okay. There. A little bit of a cheat. Well, not a cheat, but something to make my life a little easier. Um, so again, extreme light coming from Mob's hand, light coming from her staff. So that's kind of why I'm doing it this way. So again, just like that, like that. Make sure all the ends are done like that. Like that. Okay. And then this is going to go behind a little bit because her head would be blocking it a little bit right there. No. Okay. And then we're going to do the same. We're going to line art, select here, and then go to shading. And I'm going to do the same thing. Oh, not that big. That is huge. Huge, huge, huge. So there would be light coming from Mob's hand and her staff. So still too big. Yeah, Mob's hand and her staff. So this would be all in shadow here. Oh, not sure why that didn't select over there. Like that. Like that. Behind Mob's head would be in shadow. Behind Mob's head would be in shadow. This would be in shadow. Not sure why it didn't affect these ones. I'll fill those in after. Okay, then we'll do like this. Try to make it as smooth. There we go. Okay. Select. Oh, no. Nope. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, it's working now. Okay. And then, oh, except I did on liner. Oh, gosh. One of these days. I'm doing better than last time, though. Last time I was struggling so hard to remember to switch them. I was getting mad at myself, but I kept forgetting. There we go. I think something was just on the wrong layer there, which is what makes this a little bit more difficult. Still on the wrong layer. There we go. Okay. This should be fine, though. I'll just do these ones manually. Make it a little smaller, though. Fixing my mistakes. Fixing my mistakes. That's how we learn. We fix our mistakes. There we go. Get the hair in, colored in. Okay. Oh, and then just make this a little more of a smooth color. There we go. Okay. Severe light. Okay. Ooh, this is looking very nice and dramatic already. Okay, so let's do get the liner, their hair, shading. Okay, so with these ones, I'm gonna have to make a little bit more of executive decisions because, um, well, I don't have a reference for the shading in this piece. So, so it's just gonna be a little bit more of me trying to just make it make sense for the shading. Like not like I'm doing right now. That's fine. And we'll just so we're gonna have some here. Oop, there. Gonna have some here. Oop, me like redoing and undoing this a million times, trying to figure out how I want it to look. Like that, like that. Okay. And then just like, and I think one of the rules with shading is like make the light make sense, but also don't overdo it. Just do it so enough that it makes sense. Erase that one. Because if you overdo it, it'll look bad. If you underdo it, it looks like you don't know what you're doing, but it will look less bad, in my understanding, which isn't much. Okay. So actually, I'm gonna reselect that and I'm just gonna, judging by how Mob's hair is, I'm gonna do like this and just make it a bit more dramatic. A little too much, like that. There. Like I said, I don't know if this lighting makes sense, but it kind of makes sense to me, so we're gonna keep it. Gonna just smooth it out a bit more. It's dramatic. You can't say it's not dramatic. Does it make sense? No idea, but it's dramatic. Okay. Line art. Select your face. Okay. And then go to shading. Do not forget to switch to shading. My God, woman. Okay. Oh, I missed a spot there. We'll go back to that later. Let's get the shading on her face. There we go. Okay. Now this isn't exact, but I can use this almost exact thing for my shading, so that's cool. Can do like this. Um, and then a little bit on her nose. And just, oh, okay. And then back to liner selection there. And just a little bit more on the side of her face here. Again, I don't know if this entirely makes sense, but I am doing what looks good. What makes sense to me? Nope, nope. What makes sense to me? Oh, oh, I did that on the line art. One of these days. Okay, okay. And I'm gonna make this much smaller. I'm gonna touch this up. Nope. And I'm just gonna, I noticed a missing pixel here, so I'm just gonna get that one here. Good. Okay. Just looking at the difference between hers and Mob's to make sure that everything looks good. I'm gonna do her ears with this darker skin color because they would be shaded by her hair. Oops. There we go. Oh, okay. Ooh, freezing. Don't scare me like that, Clip Studio. Let's save. Let's save while you're doing weird things like that. Oh no. Okay, good. I'm gonna still recording a time lapse. I got scared because I like to post these after I'm done as shorts. So I would have been sad if it wasn't recording. Okay. Oh, okay. Oops. I just noticed her hair is missing a few pixels, so I better take care of that while I'm here. So I don't forget later. There we go. Hmm. And this color here, because just to kind of make this there. Okay. And then her shirt would be shading here quite dramatically and higher up on this side because the light source. Okay. Does that make sense? I have no idea. Oh, no. Should I do like coming down like this onto her nose? That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. We'll keep it. How long have I been going? Oh, almost an hour. Ooh. Sorry, I'm just looking at the smaller version of it from a distance and it looking not bad. It's looking not bad. I have to do all their clothes still, but this is kind of cool. I have no idea if the shading makes any sense. Oh, I better put a sheen on her earrings too, actually. A nice reflection because her earrings are very reflective. Oh, and her eye reflection would also be like that. Her eye reflection would also be like, ooh. Down, edit, undo. Down here. Because she is looking down and there is light coming from below. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so actually, I think this part would be gone. Me just figuring out lighting on her eyes quickly. Um, and then the green to fill in that rest of the space. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Yeah, doing detailed things with the size of brush is not a good plan. Um, but it's what we do. It's what we're doing. I'm just trying to make her eyes look good. No. Do. To zoom out and see if this makes any sense in a second, but just trying to get that look of her like staring down a little bit more clear. Ooh, yeah, it makes sense, especially when you zoom out. Okay, but she would have a smaller reflection of white here from both sources. There. There we go. That looks good, in my opinion. Oh, I'm gonna fix this eyebrow. This eyebrow's been bothering me. Oh, not in white, Morgan. God. Black. Make it not two or one font. None font. One pixel size big. There we go. Just a very like, okay, I'm gonna kick your butt now. Look, which is what I'm looking for. Okay. So the shading on Freeren's head is done. I'm gonna claim it's done. It may not look amazing, but it's gonna be done. Just because I would like to move on. Add a little reflection on this jewel, on this jewel, on this jewel. Um, this jewel will be here and also around on this side because there's two light sources. No jewel there. Oh, this jewel will be here. Get that red because there's a pixel missing. Boop. There we go. I'm doing a line art layer. Well, at least that's not the end of the world if that's on the line art layer. Okay. And then yeah, there we go. Got the jewels all done. Reflecting. Um, okay. And we are doing, I'm just going to do a little bit more like I did the other day. I'm not going to get it done. I've got to fix this. We've got to fix this. It's driving me crazy. There's been a missing. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. The mixing layer here. Pixel here forever. There, finally got it. Okay. So I'm on the shading layer. Okay. So this, oh, I have the things right here. Don't go off script, Morgan. Actually pick color picks. The colors make sense. Okay. That's the gold. So, well, it's not gold. I don't think it's just like gold colored fabric or leather, but for what we need, I'm going to call it gold. It doesn't reflect like gold, so that's what makes me think it's not gold. Oh, wait, no. It would be underlighting, so it would be here. Yes, that looks right. There we go. Okay. There we go. Um, there we go. Okay. Oh, I did the thing. I spun it. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I've been quiet for a second because I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Tap that. Pick that, I mean. Don't tap it. And then we're going to add this under here for underlighting here on the white. Okay. There we go. Fill in all these. Perfect. Okay. Looking good. Okay. So this would be like this because it would be reflecting light or sending shadows from, oh God, please no. Why though? Does this not count as closed in? Fine. Fine. Make it difficult for me. Okay. This would count. This would be closed in like that. But there would also be a little bit over here. So it would be like this. Okay. I think. Maybe a bit like that from. No, actually, I don't think those would stand up so much. So just a little bit. Okay. And then this would just have a bit because there's a light source from here. So it would just go in like that. And then this would be like this. Me trying to do this when I don't know what I'm doing and trying to make it make sense. Make it make sense. There we go. Light source that's behind her right here. And And this is a light source. So this would be like maybe even more dramatic. Like this. No. It would be like that. No. Like that. A little bit more dramatic light. Like that. Sure. Sure. Oh, I have a hard time with shading, even if I like it. Okay. So light source, light source. I had to do two light sources too. This is also messing me up. Okay, so this would be in shadow, but not too much shadow because there's a light source right spanking here. Okay, and then her skin would be shaded right here. Get the shading. This would all be in shade, except for maybe a tiny little bit at the bottom. There we go. And then I don't think the shirt would be shaded. Oh my gosh, every time. We love when we go on a random spin around the world. Okay. Would the shirt be shaded? Oh god. Mob's shirt is shaded, but he's turned. I'm gonna go out on a limb and don't think her t-shirt would be shaded. I'm gonna make an executive decision that her t-shirt would not be shaded, but this definitely would be. Her cuff here definitely would be shaded. Even though the light source is right there, her cuff would be shaded. But it would be like that. This cuff is shaded on the inside, but is like way it would actually have like a highlight on it. Maybe like this from the jewel would be there. Um, her hand, I don't think her hands would be shaded because they would be right in the line of fire here. This though would be. And this little part would be right here. There. Okay, okay. Oh, that's not the right color. Um, this would be here. This would be here because it's being pushed behind her. This would be here, but then it would be like, oh, kind of went outside the line there. This would be here, but then it would be, you know, gosh, it would help if I zoom out and then I wouldn't go outside the line so much. But it would only be like that far because there's another light source from a mob. Okay. Um, this would be a little bit from here because it would be covered up by the cape, but and then it would be like that. Uh, and then this would be slightly towards the end. Yep. Okay. Working through this. Oh, not that much. Maybe that much. Yeah. Okay, and then this would be. How would that work? Because there's light source here, there's light source here. It would be like that behind the belt. Like this, probably, right? Yeah, because her arm would be blocking it. This is a light. Maybe not quite that far. Her arm would be blocking this light. Okay. Sort of making sense here, but then this side would have no blocking. Whew, this is tricky. Thinking in several levels of like complication, me trying to figure this out. Okay. Oh, this would be shiny actually because it's metal. Um, so this would have light here, and this would have light here. Okay. There we go. Belt buckle. I don't know if that makes sense, but the belt buckle's shaded. Um, okay. And this part would be, oh goodness. It would be like here, like that, and then maybe like that. Does that make sense? Or even like more of a severe turn like that. And then like this. Because we've switched sides that the light is coming from now. That. We'll see if this makes sense when I fill it. I can always erase parts if I need to later. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I gotta fill this part too. Okay. Let's see if this makes sense when I fill it. It kind of makes sense, but I think it wouldn't be that severe. It would be more like this part would be less crazy. Like that. And then it would be more like this, I think. Like that? No, not like that, but like that. Because her leg is pushing the skirt up slightly here. So maybe even like this. So it's picking up this light. It's picking up this light, like maybe even with a like a shading in the center like this. I like how I drew all that and then erased it all. And then a little bit like more filled in here. A bit more underlining here. Yeah, okay, okay. This is kind of making sense to me. Yeah, okay. And then this would be very little shading. Okay. I have no idea if this makes sense, but it's such severe lighting, I'm not sure. I think I might do more of a like that. Just kind of follow the falls of her legs a little bit more and maybe just erase a little bit more off these, off the top. To keep that severe lighting, but also kind of make it make more sense, I say, like I know what I'm talking about. Sure, sure. I've gotta I'm gonna move on because this is tricky. Okay, let's get this because I'm so close to being not actually I'm so close to being done. So this would be follow this line. It would follow this. There would be shadows under her knees. And her knees actually probably don't need to be that obvious because anymore. Because oh okay. And let's fill in that part that I erased. There. Okay. And there would be more severe shadows. I'm just trying to figure out this part here. Oh, I'm on the wrong level. There we go. Oh, I'm an idiot. There we go. I was like, why isn't this working? It's the wrong color. Oh, okay. There. I could have filled this, but I'm not. I am just coloring it in like a coloring book. Okay. Okay. So this would be much deeper. Okay. Like that. And then there would be light here because of mob's light, or shadow here because of mob's light, I mean. Um, and then shadow here because mob's light is closer than her light, but her light would still be having an effect. There we go. Um, okay. Oh, and then this leg would also be blocking some of mob's light with that leg. There. Okay. Okay. Oh, so this one would actually be a little less covered because mob's light would be showing through it. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Oh boy. I feel like we're almost done. We're almost done the shading, guys. Okay. Perfect. There would be, gonna make it darker for the boots. Okay, there would be dark lighting here, just like on her pants. Um, and then like that. dark lighting here. Um, okay, and then it would be dark lighting on this side, but not too much. Erase a little bit. Went over the line a little bit there. Okay. And then dark lighting here from her boot. Okay. And then here would be a little bit more dark here because of her leg. And then this one, the lighting would be coming down. So there would be lighting like this from her light, like that. Okay. Oh God. I hope this makes sense. And then there'd be lighting here and up here. So they would be like that. And then there would be lighting here and there. So it would be, no, not quite like that, but like this. No, like this, right? Color it in, see if it makes sense. Because that leg is a bit further back. Yeah, it would be more like this actually. Because there'd be light from here and light from there. Right? Right? Does that make sense? This also would be shadowed underneath, boot cuff underneath here. Sure. Oh, actually, I think it would be much more severe lighting. It would still be the same shape, but it would be much more severe because it's very far away from the lights, either light source. So it would be more like this. There. Yeah, that looks better. That looks more like it would I would think it would look. Okay. Oh goodness. I hope that looks okay. I hope that makes any kind of sense. But yeah, I'm fairly happy with that. I like the shading makes it look much more alive and realistic. Would be touch of shading by her arm here, but not much. There. There. Okay. Whew. My goodness. That was a bit stressful, but fun. Stressful but fun. That's what I look for in any art project. Okay. Yep. I hope this shading makes any kind of sense at all. Um, I always struggle a bit with it, especially on things like clothes, on wrinkles, but I'm happy with how it's turning out. I can probably get rid of these ones now. Nope, nope, not that one. because I need those for the colors. Oh, what's that? There it is. Okay. I'm happy with these. I want to do the background in these colors. Um, probably like mostly this one actually with the multicolor. I want to do like gradients and then have sections of black um with like gradients in between. So mostly black with like gradients in between and then have light sources coming from each of their his hand and her weapon for effects. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with this. So, yeah, I'll switch back to the stream now. Oh, an hour and a half. Whoopsie. A little bit longer than I meant to go, but uh I hope all of you are having a great day. And if you aren't having a great day, I hope your bad day's over with soon. Uh thanks for watching in the future and all of you take care of yourselves. I guess. I was trying to think of a nice thing to say, but yeah, just take care of yourself. If the one thing you can do today is take care of yourself, then you succeeded, even if that means just getting rest. But yeah, I'll be on again next week. I just put up a YouTube video if you haven't got a chance to see it yet about other systems besides D&D if you want a different flavor for your game. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.